Well, hello there, YouTube. Hopefully this angle's a little bit better than some of my previous videos with this janky camera setup. But today, I wanted to talk specifically about this Olight. I mentioned in my EDC video, I am not a fan of the Olight. This is the S2R Baton 2. Hopefully I can remember all my talking points. I didn't write down any notes or anything. But, so first of all, I want to, this light hasn't functionally messed up on me too much. It did drop once, not very far, and it wouldn't turn on, and I kind of had to smack it around a bit, and now it comes on, I guess. But, so there's that. There are functionality issues with Olight. So a lot of people get paid to shill Olight, to hawk it, and they're not super great. So people have problems with them. A couple of these have exploded more than regular, like kind of an alarming amount. And in one of those, a person died allegedly because this exploded. I said allegedly Olight. Olight's actually been threatening legal action about people who bring it up, but there is a lawsuit against Olight for someone who allegedly died from one of these allegedly exploding while he was holding it in his mouth working on his car. Okay, so keep that in mind. So let's get into it. All right, so on the bezel it says 1150 lumen. That is a lie. Now, I don't have a meter to measure lumens, but I can tell you that's a lie. Why is that a lie? Well, this guy here, I believe, is advertised, I can't remember, at 150, and then this guy, I think, is advertised at 350 lumens, this ProTac 2L, I think it's 350. This isn't as bright as that on its highest setting. This is brighter than this on its highest setting. Even in its turbo mode, this will produce a brighter beam, cast it further and wider than that. And this doesn't even advertise, again, I think 350 is what this is advertised at. And it is 100% brighter than that, which is an advertised 1150 lumens. Even on its turbo mode, yeah, no, that's not, yeah, no way in hell. No way in hell is that 1150 lumens. You hear people like, oh, it's got the double reverse clip, so you can clip it on your hat. This thing is so big and heavy, you're not clipping this to your hat, right? It's not happening. This has a double clip, and it's shorter, and it's a quarter the weight. This you might actually clip to your hat bill, right? And even the newer Streamlights, this is bigger, but it's lighter. This light is lighter than this light. The newer ones usually have a reverse clip too, so you can clip them to your hat if that's what you want. Magnetic base. So while that's kind of interesting, if the light was shorter and lighter, that might be useful. But on this longer light, like, it doesn't take a lot of, well, it's kind of holding on right. But because of the leverage, right? If it was hanging, it doesn't take as much jostling for this just to fall off. Like, that's how this thing dropped, right? You know, the shorter ones, they might stick to things a little bit better, but this guy, not so much. And it's also annoying though when you put this in your pocket and you pull this out and it pulls all your keys out or a knife out or whatever the fuck out with it, right? It's not good. Some other problems. Now, I swear I checked the instructions manual and I couldn't find it, but I could be wrong. I don't think you can adjust this. So it usually, oh my God, I hate this light so much. So when you turn it off, it'll go back to the mode you were on, except turbo mode. Wait, well, I don't know why I didn't go into turbo mode that time. See, like, I don't know. But anyway, so if I put it on that lowest setting and then turn it off, next time I turn it on, it's on that low setting, which I don't want, right? a utility light, I suppose, isn't the worst. But if you want any sort of tactical or defensive light, and what that is less about bashing somebody in the head with it and more about just being able to shine the light in their eyes in a good, effective way that keeps you safe, right? Go look at Icy Mike or whatever if you want more information on that. But you want something that's always going to its highest mode, first click. Not, you got to click it on, and then you got to sit there and hold it to get to turbo mode. Right, it's just crap. The charger. So at first, the charger seems kind of neat, right? It just clicks on there, easy peasy, good to go. But then, so for one problem is that means that you can't have a push button here to turn it on, which for a tactical light is almost a necessity. This thing doesn't have much of a tactile feel, not much of an audio feel. It does have a light, but again, for a tactical light, you don't want to be having to look off your threat, right? You want to keep looking at the potential threat. Most defensive lights, tactical lights, have a tail cap button, which means you can hold them very good. You want to hold them like this, so you can parry, block. I'm not going to get into the combatives of it, but you can punch still. You could use it, I guess, as a impact weapon. That's kind of dumb in my opinion, but you might as well just shine it and then pop them if that's what the situation calls for. But so it doesn't have that, just a big down thing. You got to hold it like this, which I'm not a fan of. But also, so this charger, again, it sounds cool, right? I was just clicking on there, but that's not a universal charger. Where the hell, at work, there's not a charger for this at work, right? If I forget my charger. If you're running around town randomly, like, oh, I need to charge my flashlight, unless you're carrying that charger with you, you're not going to have a charger. You're not going to go down to the gas station and find a charger for it. Nothing, right? This light is rechargeable, right? It's rechargeable with micro USB. Even though my phone uses the new Type C or whatever, here at work there's a micro USB sitting right here. You can go to the gas station and buy a micro USB for $5. Worst case scenario, right? You can charge this light just about anywhere, and any micro USB cord will charge it. This thing, you're probably not carrying that charger around every day with you. Probably not happening. This one's not rechargeable. It takes CR123s, even though I think don't quote me on this, but I think there's a battery that if someone takes two CR123s that it's rechargeable and that it can take also, I don't know. Because I have a weapon Streamlight that does it. But anyways, so yeah, it's not as bright as it says. I don't like the position of the button. As neat as it seems initially, in the long term, I do not really like the charging option back here. I think a Type's micro USB right here would be a better design. I'll give them this. I like this kind of knurling, knurling all the way around. I like it. It doesn't help, I don't think, but it looks cool. But yeah, and also now I don't remember the exact prices. I don't remember the exact price for all these, but I think this was 60. I think this was like 40 or 50. I think maybe 60, and this is like 30. Right? I would take this $30 flashlight over this any day. Any day. And this is the best of them, for sure. Of these three, this is the best. And again, this is either the same price or cheaper, right? It's not like, oh, it's a bright light and you're sacrificing some features because it's cheaper. No, it's not even cheaper. It's as expensive or more expensive than better options. I think even Surefire, I think, is even offering a $60, $70 light option right now. It's not their coolest light. I think it's a polymer body, but it's a Surefire, right? You can definitely trust Surefire. You can almost always trust Streamlight. This thing, I would not trust this thing. Okay, now I'm gonna keep it, and it's a throw-around light, so even though this costs $60 and this costs $30, I will be more upset if if I lost the Streamlight than if I lose this. So, for example, let's say I go crabbing. A lot of the docks have big wooden slots. You know, it's wooden dock, big slots in between them that go right into, 15 feet of ocean water, 15 feet deep of ocean water. So anything falls down there, it's not coming back. This is like a crabbing light for me, because if I drop it in the water, I don't feel too bad, about losing it. Of course, I'm not going to try to drop it in the water, but if it gets lost forever, whatever. It kind of sucks that it costs $60, but it's such crap that I don't care. Right? So that's it. I don't buy Olight. Olight, any size Olight, there is a Streamlight of similar size, right? Like of the smaller Olights, there are Streamlights of those size, and of the bigger Olights, there are Streamlights and Surefires of that size. There's other lights too, like what is it, Night Force or something? I'm not super hip on all the cool new lights and which companies are good. Streamlights, Surefire is very good. Streamlight's pretty good. Olight is trash. I know a lot of YouTubers get paid to push these, and I potentially just got rid of any chance of being sponsored by Olight. Who knows if my channel's ever going to get big enough for that anyways, but as of right now, as of January 2021, I was just not buying an Olight. Now, that could change in the future. I will admit, companies do evolve. They're not static, right? 15 years ago, Sig Sauer was a very high quality, reputable brand, and now they're kind of, their quality is a little sketchy, to say the least, in some things, right? So, Olight could get better, right? So first, the quality, like the explodiness, hopefully will get fixed, and hopefully they'll stop mislabeling their output, because it is definitely not right. And then, functional changes like putting the tail cap turn on button there, and have it charged with just a, USB-C or a micro USB, right? That would be smart. So Olight could be good in the future. I would highly suggest not buying Olight right now, especially when they're the same price as good lights, as reputable lights with good warranties, good customer service, good quality, right? I mean, some people poo-poo on Streamlight, but that's generally in comparison to Surefire, right? Which is like the industry standard, like top quality industry standard. But I don't know anybody who's not being paid by Olight who would say that the Olight's better than the Streamlight, right? It's just not going to happen. So keep that in mind. Again, things in the future could change, quality, controls, marketing about their brightness. But for right now, and probably at least the near future, I would say stay away from Olight. All right, thank you.